What's going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Today's episode, we're building a guitar pedal. So this is going to be built from a full parts kit. And yeah, it's going to be my first attempt at putting together an entire pedal. So these were on sale during, I believe it was Black Friday. And they're from a company, I'd never heard of them. Aion, I believe is the company. Not sponsored or anything like that. So I bought these on Black Friday. I bought two of them. We've got a Tube Screamer based and a Klon based. So I think today we're doing the Tube Screamer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up and try and film some footage for you. And we'll see what happens when I get done. We'll see how bad my pedal building skills are. But so the classic overdrive, this is called the Stratus. See if I can get a zoom in or focus on it. Yeah, so that's going to be the housing. It's got a three-way toggle for clipping and for a bass structure. So let's get into it, shall we? All right, I'm going to go ahead and dump out kind of everything we need for the project. And we're just going to go from there. I've got my little building pad kind of going on here, and I've got my second camera. I'll throw some extra footage in. But let me get everything dumped out. Let's get it all set up, and we'll do some fast-forwarded content. All right, so just a side editor's note here. So all of the bags, and I'm sure you guys can see it here on my second camera, everything is individually done. So we have our boards separated. We're going to start with the main board here first. And then each of the resistors, and I will try to showcase this, pull some of these out here. So they're covered in like this kind of material, and see if I can get this to focus in. I doubt it will. Maybe. You guys see that okay? So the resistors themselves are actually labeled individually. So for example, one of them is let's see if I can figure out which one of these are. So we have a 10K, which is going to be R8 on the board. The board is really nicely labeled and laid out, just so you guys can see it. Maybe. It's trying to focus. I don't know what's going on here. Might help if I do this, huh? Yeah, there we go. Maybe. Yeah. So you guys can see it there. So the board's very nicely laid out and labeled. But anyway, so this is a 10K resistor. It's going to go to part number R8. So essentially you just put it through the hole like so. And yeah, anyways, I'm going to get my pliers. I'm going to get everything set up in my board here, bend it all. I got the second camera rolling, and yeah, wish me luck. All right, let's get some solder going in this. Yeah, this is going to be kind of wild here. Flip all this over. Now, the key that I've learned doing all this, a clean soldering tip is the most important thing that I've learned. Obviously, I'm not a great solder. I'm not very well at it. And quality solder is another thing. This is Kester's or Keister, however you want to say it. This is 6337 flux, and it's got a flux core, I should say. But yeah, this and a clean solder tip will go a long ways for anybody who's trying to do this. But hopefully you guys can see this in my second camera. And yeah, so basically I run my soldering gun or soldering iron pretty high. We're at 790 degrees Fahrenheit, 420 degrees Celsius. Basically I go in, literally hold it for about 2 seconds, and then just melt it on there. All right, I think I got them all. All right, so once you get it soldered, then I'm going to take my snips, and we're just going to go through and right above the solder, clip off all those legs. It definitely could be better, but anyway, so let's see here. I'll show you guys kind of what we're looking at. If I can get it to focus. Yep, so that's the front side, and that is the back side. So yeah, we're trucking right along. You guys see that okay over there? Probably not. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead, get back into it. More time lapse. We'll see you in a bit. All right, update. So we've got everything done. We've got it all soldered up. This is kind of the contraption you guys can see, I'm sure, over there. But yeah, so we kind of zoom it in a little bit here. So that's everything on the back of the board. Flip it over. So we've got the other side. Everything is hooked up. Probably shouldn't be having it hanging down like that. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't really care. So I did my test fit. I got it all set up. Now we're going to do, we're going to hook it up and we're going to test it out. And hopefully we're going to see how well this works. Yeah. So here we go. Let's go hook it up. All right. So we've got it hooked up. I've kind of got it here on my screen. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. Yeah, it's probably not the safest thing to be doing, but let's go to clean tone. Moment of truth. We've got power. All right, so that's the bridge pickup. I think this is the volume. Yep. Turn my noise gate off. It's a little noisy. That's kind of to be expected though. So it all right, so it works. Let's get the pedal closed up. Let's get it put in its case, and yeah, let's do a proper demo. All right, you guys, we've got everything hooked up. We're going through the Mesa single rectifier. That's going into the Stratus. Now this is by AionFx. At least I think that's how you say it. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into it, shall we? that's going to do it for today's episode. This is the Stratus by AionFx, and you know what, man? This has been an incredible project. I think total time it took me around 3 hours, give or take, start to finish. Of course, I stopped in between. I did have some issues with it. I don't know if it was a bad solder joint. I might throw that footage up in here where you can see where I screwed it up. All right, so this is the volume. Ultimately, I got it sorted out. All I did was go back over all of my solder joints, made sure everything flowed good. Took some solder off in places that had too much, or what I thought was too much. Added a little bit extra on some spots. And this is it, man. So we have a three-way bass clip, or a bass switch. It adds some low end into it. I prefer it in that middle position. Then we have a three-way clipping. I'm not totally sure what that actually does. In the low position, it sounds like it's kind of not as aggressive. The top position, I don't know. I preferred it right where it was at, kind of with those settings. I guess it was more or less kind of like this. Kind of dial it back in. Well, you guys saw it in the video. You know what I'm doing. Anyways, this is the Stratus. This is a Tube Screamer TS9, TS808 based project build. This was incredible. Absolutely worth the price. I got mine on Black Friday. I think they were like half price. I bought 2 of them. So we have the Klon still to build up on the bookshelf. So tell me in the comments what you guys thought. Have you built any of your own pedals? I'm probably not going to do this as a business, but yeah, it's just something fun to do, and it was cool to do, cool to learn some things. It kind of shows a appreciation, you know, for all those people out there who do it for a living. So thanks for watching. Tell me in the comments below what you guys thought. See you in the next one.